Certainly a bold choice to mess with Coventry City at this time of the year, isn't it? What is going on, people? Welcome into the post-match review. Coventry City versus West Brom. Coventry City 3-2 win over West Brom at the CBS November 22nd. And before you click off the video, just to let you know, if this is your first time here, I'm Joner Fat Cat. This is not my normal setup. If it looks like I'm in a 12-year-old's bedroom, it's because I am. I'm home. Got some holiday stuff going on, you know. Had to get all dressed up for the funeral of Ryan Mason's job. You know how that goes. Anyways, let's talk about this game. Let's debrief it. This chair is a madness. Sorry. Coventry City 3, West Brom 2. Let's talk about the first half. We'll then talk about the second half. As you know, that's probably a little bit more favorable if you are a Coventry City fan. If you're a West Brom fan, you would have hoped that this game ended in the first half. Now, it was a very wet atmosphere. I was a little nervous going in. Starting lineup-wise, Haji Wright, surprise scratch. Not that we thought he was going to start. We thought he'd at least be on the bench. But turns out he picked up a quad injury. Hopefully, that's not too serious. We were wondering if EMC was fit. He recovered from the concussion. Brandon Thomas Asante, due to that long flight, was on the bench. Happy days there. He did end up getting his chance to come on. So we saw Ellis Sims and Josh Eccles come into the team. And you know what? Paid dividends. Josh Eccles was able to get that first goal, beautifully assisted by our boy Tats Sakamoto. Then Ellis Sims was able to get that second goal. But before we talk about that, first half, it was the typical Coventry fashion of coming out very slow, very lethargic in the first half. They were on the ball a decent amount, let's see. In the first half, they definitely had possession, I would think. They had 68% possession, but they did nothing with it. It was a lot of, just pointless balls put into the box. Sims couldn't link up for that final, shot on goal. I thought it was pretty interesting, the dynamic that Sims brought in today, because he offers you a little bit of more hold-up play, which Haji Wright isn't. He's more of just a pure goal scorer. So that definitely changed the dynamic. It took a little bit of time to adjust to. I would say in the second half, they sort of went back to what they knew, which is put the ball down the wings and just relentless, over and over, recycle, pursuit. Obviously, the red card affects that. By the way, look at my reaction to the red card. Excuse my little bro.
Oh my God, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
So it was 2-1 at the time. I felt very, very good after that. But first half, it was very frustrating, I think, to say the least. Jay Da Silva, 2 mistakes on him that led to the goals. They both came down that right side. And the first one, he just tried to pass the ball and it got blocked and they just got caught in no man's land. Second one, whoever it was, I think it was Mikey Johnston down that right-hand side, he just didn't pick him up. Kind of got hung out to dry where he's about 10 yards behind that back line and Mikey Johnston just drifted and they put him in a dangerous spot. And then 2 really good finishes by Hegabo, 2 very similar goals. Maybe a little bit of fatigue on Jay Da Silva, but, ultimately, how can I be mad when he's been our best left back all season? And, he was still pretty solid on the offensive side today. I mean, the second half, we held a stupid amount of possession, and he was very, very involved. Let's see. Yeah, Jay had 83 touches. I thought our fullbacks were not their best today. Milan's long throws, we didn't get any goals from it. I know Alex will be happy, Alex Craig, that is, because he hates long throws. Felt like they were kind of getting caught out a little bit. Slippery, the ball was really flying, so they weren't able to really get as far up as normal today. But down that right-hand side, I would say it looked like Tots and Milan didn't lose a step. They were intertwined very well. Obviously, Sox got that assist in the first half, which really kickstarted the comeback. Now, let's move to the second half. Now, there were a lot of antics in this game. West Brom, I felt, played pretty dirty, to be honest. And to me, it was just a little odd that you would poke the bull like that. I mean, you know who you're playing. A team in 14th place should not be acting like that against Coventry City of all teams. If you want to act like that against Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Norwich City, fine. But why would you poke the bear? Why would you do unnecessary challenges? The double yellow card on Moat and Malumbo, who later got sent off. Completely non-ball challenging tackles. Both got yellow carded. It was fair. And then second half, what is he doing on the red card? That was idiotic. You know that you're on a yellow, and he was trying to debate it. So to me, that was just the turning point where you knew what was going to happen. I mean, even the commentators were saying it. West Brom were defending like it was 90 plus 11 from the 55th minute on. And what do you expect them to do? Obviously, just the relentless pursuit of Cov were going to shine through. And who got a goal? Our boy Ellis Sims. So put that reaction in. I went crazy. I was so happy for him.
Ellis! 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 Yes! 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 What a finish! What a finish! Come on! Come on! Yes!
So that was a great moment. He's really good at headers. He's very, very good at headers, which you don't see with Haji Wright. So it adds a really nice dynamic. Do we ever see a world where both of them play up top together? I don't know. But Ellis Sims has earned himself more minutes. He deserves it. And it looks like, depending on how long Haji is injured, he is going to have an extended stay in that starting 11. Speaking of extended stays in the starting 11, we finally saw BTA drop to the bench. He came on. He did his job to, see out the game. Obviously, he wanted to go score for the revenge game, but it's all good. BTA is not that type of guy, I don't think. Then we saw Jack Radoni. That was beautiful to see. That beautiful, majestic man getting back on the pitch. So happy about that. But really, the second half just turned into just park the bus for them and us just recycle, cross into the box, try different things. XG-wise, where do we sit in this game? XG, we created 2.5. Definitely felt a little bit higher. There was, 3 or 4 times where the ball was just bouncing around like a madman, and EMC tried to put one in, just wasn't able to. Couple good saves by the keeper. We had 24 shots. Holy. 24 to their 8. 24 out of 11 of those were on target. So that's a very, very high shot on target for any game, let alone a championship game. Obviously, we got 3 goals from it, so relatively good return. Technically, we underperformed our XG, but if Victor Torp is on the score sheet, you probably know you're underperforming your XG because he only scores bangers. Another volley from Victor Torp, put it into a dangerous area. A couple players were picking off the keeper. Even their own defenders were, and that went in. That was the goal, ultimately, that decided the game. And that was in the 61st minute, so from there, it just felt like autopilot for the rest of the game. Obviously, you've got the classic cover up by a goal with a few minutes left, and you know what's going to happen. There's going to be a little bit of uncertainty. There's going to be a little bit of scaredness, but they got it done. Let me show you guys the room a little bit while we wrap up the review. If you know, first off, you know that I'm actually Ghanaian. I'm not Bermudian, if that's the correct way. But we were on vacation in Bermuda a couple of months ago. I did drink in Coventry City on the flight. I'll link it at the end here if you want to go watch that. It's a very funny video. Then we've got the typical 12-year-old activities here. So he's got the Buffalo Bills, OKC Thunder, Denver Nuggets, not sure why, New York Knicks. A little bit of a plastic fan, but hey, we give him excuses. He's 12. Overall, though, what a freaking game, man. Down 2-0 in the first 25 minutes after international break. All I'm thinking to myself is, for fuck's sakes, it's time, isn't it? This is where the fall off begins. But the resilience of this club is just too good to, just go down and die like that. And then that is the exact opposite of what they did. I think the changing point of the game was that goal by Josh Eccles in the first half. Really nice lofted cross from Sakamoto. By the way, if you guys didn't see his interview with Frank, or not with Frank, his interview after Frank with the media yesterday, tearjerker, honestly. His English has gone so good. He loves Coventry. Him and his family just bought a house here. It was very, very wholesome. I feel like everything he does is wholesome. Man of the match today, it's a tough one. You could make an argument for Grimes, Sakamoto, Sims. I think I'm going to go with Grimes. It's kind of a cop-out, but when we were pushing and when we were trying to get those goals to equalize and go ahead, he was kind of the one catalyzing the balls outside of the box, and he was the one setting up those crosses from the wings. Anytime that a ball got deflected out of the box, he was the first one there, as per usual. And I always think that we just need to give him even more flowers than he already gets, because he's just such an unsung hero in every single game. Ellis Sims is a close second for me, though. I know people are going to think that I don't like Ellis Sims. It's not the case at all. I've been posting about him all year. I watched his highlights against Leicester City when he scored against Beetle 2 seasons ago. Yeah, because they were in the Prem last year. I'm really happy for Ellis Sims. First half, he just, didn't do too much, but he stuck around. He was getting himself in dangerous positions. He had one headed ball that went out for a corner in the first half, and beautiful finish, by the way. That is a lot harder than it looks to do. I'm sure most of you have played football. That's a hard finish to misdirect a header with someone else literally 3 inches away from your head. But he's a tall man, he's strong, and he impressed. He absolutely deserves more playing time from that. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. Jack Radoni got his feet wet. BTA got his feet wet. Hopefully BTA can use the next couple days to recover. They can go freaking giggle on the sidelines and open sticker packs together. And yeah, looking forward to Tuesday now. I am home. I'm going to go do some family stuff. If you are still here, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very, very much for the support. We will be in this same setup tomorrow for a match preview for the Middlesbrough game. And then we will be back for a watch along on Tuesday, back at the Fat Cat Studios, live on YouTube and TikTok. So thank you if you're still here. PUSB, subscribe, like, let me know your comments. Your man of the match down below, and peace.